Yo, what is up, everyone? How do you do? We are back again for another day of football, as they say. So, or soccer, as I wrote in the title. So, today we're going to be discussing how my team actually looks like a not dog shit team anymore. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. It only took our manager 8 months to figure out, how he should actually position players on this freaking team. I mean, I know they do say better late than never, but this is ridiculous. Um, like if anybody ends up joining the stream or wants to join through the StreamYard, I'm gonna post a link to the StreamYard in the comment section in case anybody wants to join. I definitely welcome that. Um, Looking forward to anybody's input. So where I think honestly we should start for today is by looking at what was Chelsea Football Club really cooking today. You know, because we need to know. We need to figure that out. And so obviously today they won 5-0 against West Ham, which was obviously a great result. And I'm going to share this tab with you guys. So, as we can see over here, this is how the game went today. So he had, you know what? Honestly, hold on. I know I'm gonna do this because I do like football, but I believe this is gonna be a better app to use for what I want to convey. Um, so I'm going to again present kind of what I want to see as Exhibit A for evidence. So we can see that Plutch lined up today and is patented 4-2-3-1. However, generally speaking, in terms of like how he wanted to build up, he kind of had the Chelsea players build up in a more of a 3-2-5 shape. So you can kind of see it. Even here, he had Chalobah, Thiago Silva, and Badiashile kind of as the back three. And he had Caicedo in the midfield as always, and he had Cucurella invert with Caicedo as well. He had Conor Gallagher kind of act as a all-around midfielder in terms of helping to link up the attack and coming back to help defend when necessary. And then everybody else kind of just ran wild. Specifically, Cole Palmer had a really good interplay with Madueke and Jackson, and then Mudryk was a little bit more left to his own devices, like on the left hand side. But I would say he was okay today. He definitely was the weakest link though out of all of the attackers today. So, and then we look at West Ham, and the only person I really wanted to shout out today was Mohamed Kudus. My God, did this guy ball out today? 13 dribbles. He was everywhere. And honestly, he was pretty much the only player that looked like they actually showed up for West Ham to play today. Winning duels, like really trying to connect play, really trying to make things happen for West Ham. It was just unfortunate for him that his team just, didn't show up, I guess. But obviously that's West Ham's problem, not Chelsea's. So And then looking at kind of other players that really stood out today in terms of performance. We had Caicedo, who I thought was really good. He was really doing his due diligence in that middle part of the field, as you can see even by his heat map. Was very diligent with his passes. You can see he had 120 touches, which is a lot. Completed over 6 long balls. Had plenty of tackles. Was just pretty much he was just a menace today in the middle of the field. Making sure to really break down and disengage West Ham's build-up, which is always appreciated. Nicholas Jackson with 2 goals. Madueke was also really good today. Cole Palmer was decent. He had a really good strike for his first goal. And honestly, the thing to really think about now, if your Poch is, not even if you're Poch, if you're the Chelsea board, really, is what do we want to do with this manager? Like, should Chelsea persist with this guy? Should, even though the performances as of late have been looking better, have been more improved, is it a little bit too little too late? Because, I mean, I can think of a couple of reasons why, Chelsea didn't implement this strategy earlier. The biggest one probably being that, some people say it's because the wingers wouldn't be able to really track back as much as they need to, or because, to be fair, in this 3-2-5 setup, as opposed to what Chelsea's been trying to run with for a lot of the earlier parts of the season, the fullbacks are not really as involved in the attacking phase of Chelsea's build up. So it's really up to the wingers and the midfielders supporting them to really make sure they can properly interchange passes between each other, between the lines, which I do think they did a really good job of. Another thing I really want to shout out to was the defenders, specifically Badiashile, because another thing that I really appreciated about him is that he was very quick to come up to make tackles in this game, and he was very successful at it. So, Chelsea were able to, even when Chelsea lost the ball, they were able to win the ball back incredibly high up the pitch, which obviously is going to make scoring easier, because if you win the ball back higher, that's less ground that you have to cover when you're trying to now score in your opponent's pitch. So, the shout out to Badiashile for that. So yeah, I thought he was really immense. Just off the strength of that alone. Some other things to note from this game. I thought Chalobah was really good as well. I definitely think if Gusto and James aren't available to play, he should be the one starting at right back and not Diassi, because Chalobah actually is pretty technical on the ball, and he's able to really kind of come up, and even though he's not really going to be the one to quote unquote like help make attacks happen, he definitely is good at helping to recycle possession and to keep it going. So I would definitely encourage Chalobah as a third choice right back, or fourth choice, depending on if any of the left backs could play on the other flank. But I mean, that's kind of my overall thoughts for the game. The last thing I want to bring up, as I said earlier, is should Poch stay or leave? And have these last string of results kind of helped to, I don't know, improve his image, I guess. So, and to the answer to that question is, it's a bit twofold, because for as much as, yes, he has improved with the squad, the team hasn't improved in the last 2 weeks, specifically due to his tactics, and I will definitely give him credit for that. These are tactics that he was implementing in preseason that he stopped implementing on his own. So it begs the question: it's like, why would I? Well, not why would I, but why should he get credit for implementing first or re-implementing tactics that he stopped implementing for most of the season? When Chelsea were struggling earlier. Because I'll be honest, if the rate he was going up until the Aston Villa game, I would have definitely said he deserved to be sacked without any questions asked, and that would have just been the end of it. So, I guess if my answer to the question of whether or not he should be given more time is basically if he can develop the tactics that he's switched over to right now, and with some better player profiles as well, then and if Chelsea can build upon that, then yeah, I would definitely say he can stay. He should be able to stay because there's not really a lot of like good managers out there right now anyway. So you don't want to be unnecessarily in a rush to change things if it's not absolutely necessary. So I'm going to put a marker here. So that would be the Chelsea portion. I'm going to do it for 11:40. That would have been the Chelsea portion of this live. I just wanted to track it. Okay. So next topic, we're going to be talking about I'm really going to be talking about Bayer Leverkusen. That should be the next topic of our discussion. Or actually, sorry, before we get to that, we're going to get to Madrid. So congratulations to Real Madrid for winning the La Liga for this year. So they were confirmed champions when Barcelona lost 4-2 to Girona yesterday. And I just want to say a quick shout out to Christian Porto. That strike he scored for Girona's fourth goal was absolutely insane. The dude literally was facing away from the goal when he scored it. That is actually insane. So I just wanted to give him a quick shout out for that because that goal wasn't great. It was crazy when I watched it because there's no real reason I should have won it. But I digress. So looking kind of like at Madrid and what they've been up to this year. I mean, one loss in 34 matches, 87 points already, 27 wins, 74 goals scored, only 22 conceded in 34 games. Yeah, they've really been on top of things. They really played like a well-oiled machine, and they've been the most consistent throughout this entire calendar year, not calendar year, but this season in La Liga. So it would make sense that they've been rewarded with the title. What I do find very interesting and very intriguing about Real Madrid is they did all of this, scored so many goals, won so many games, without even having like an out-and-out actual striker. Like obviously Jude Bellingham is the second top goal scorer in the entire league with 18 goals, which of course is a big contribution to Madrid winning the league. But outside of him, Madrid don't really have any other goal scorers like that. Like Vinicius is on 13, and then Rodrigo's on 10, and Joselu is on 9. So basically, like you can really tell that the goals are really spread out a lot between all the different Madrid players. So which is just an interesting thing to note. Like in terms of some other statistics that I guess pop out to me. You could argue that maybe Barcelona is a bit more unlucky than people could admit. I mean, a big running thing for them throughout this season, and what will be really disappointing for them is really missing a lot of chances in plenty of games this year. Games that they dropped points by either losing or drawing to, where they were completely dominant and really should have taken something out of it, because because and even Madrid too, they're kind of ruthless in the other direction. Like, they've scored 72 goals, but their XG is only like 63, so they are almost 10 goals above what they should have scored based off of the XG. So that just shows that in times when they really needed to, they've had that extra bit of quality to really get out of sticky situations. In terms of other notable things to document, like their defense, like I said, the best XG in the league. They have the second. They win the ball back in the final third in their final third, the second most in the entire league at 5 times a game, which is obviously very high. For context, Barcelona are at 4.6 times a game, and then Girona all the way down at 3.5. So it just shows that Girona like to really take their time to have possession of the ball, whereas Madrid have that edge to just kind of work hard off of the ball to win the ball back. So that obviously also really contribute to why they have so many different players with a decent goal tally, even though they only have one particular striker that is just like scoring all of their goals for them. And I just think other things to note too is like obviously Jude Bellingham has been a standout for them in this season. Toni Kroos, I think, has also been really good as well. Just been playing on that left hand side. Valverde, I thought, has also been a really good play for them on being able to kind of do a shift, whether it be at right wing or at center mid, just filling wherever he needs to. Helping them to create chances, make interceptions. Also a decent dribbler. Shout out to his goal against Man City in the quarterfinals, first leg, like I think almost a month ago. Tchouaméni has also been really important as well. Tchouaméni, and it's funny because they haven't really had Vinicius for as much of the season as they would have liked. He's only played 24 games, which is still impressive because he has 13 goals and 5 assists in those games. So, clearly he's still a force to be reckoned with whenever he does play for Madrid. So it's just kind of one of those things to note. Yeah, I think this one. I think I'm gonna end the stream. If thanks for anybody that kind of grazed by it a little bit. If I missed you, if you're watching this after the fact, please just give the video a like. Please comment down what you think about the topics for today, and then subscribe to the channel and have a good day.